Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to paint the elephant after we have painted the man on top. Right, so what we do is to use this large brush right here, and I'm going to use different tones of gray to paint the elephant. And so we have some light browns and light blues to actually paint the forehead of the elephant, right? So you see there's all these small little spots which I've used the masking fluid to actually mask out those areas so that we don't paint into those white areas that are now being masked out. Right, so to have a more detailed understanding of how to use the masking fluid, do check out some of the videos that you can find online, and it's pretty simple. Right, so you can actually, what I did was I actually used the brush to make the gray tones, and these gray tones are what is actually making up of the entire elephant forehead. Right, so we have all these different kinds of gray tones that are really attractive when we actually see all these different gray tones together, and this can be combined with warm colors like browns and cool colors like blues. So again, we are using different kinds of grays, and all these different kinds of grays are what make up the entire forehead that again is showing us that it is important for us to use all these different grays and different colors. So these things are very important when we try to make sure that they are being blended together. So again, we see some dark tones and some light tones, and so again all these changes are very important when it comes to painting the skin tone of the elephant. Right, so using this brush, I'm just trying to combine all these different colors together, and I'm just trying to repeat the same process. As you can see, I also added some kind of orange and some kind of pinks and some kind of blues, and all these different kinds of colors are actually very important when we try to paint this skin tone of the elephant. So again, we have all these different kinds of colors. We have light blues, we have all these orange that make up all these different grays, and it's important for us to really make sure that we have all these different colors. And as we reach to the bottom part of the forehead, so here we have a lighter kind of gray, and so this is done by mixing the light blue with the gray and with a lighter kind of gray. Right, so as you can see here, we have all these different grays which are very nice when it's actually being mixed together. So now moving on to paint the harness, and I use different bright colors such as this orange to depict the harness, and this color is similar to the turban of the man right there. And so we have all these bright colors that are used to paint the cloth and all the different parts of the harness. So again, using that small brush, I'm just trying to make sure that we have all these different kinds of colors. Again, that yellow color, and we have all these different kinds of yellows and reds and orange, and all these colors actually make up this part right here. So the thing is, we have this service where if you go to Amber Fort in Jaipur, which is a very famous city in Rajasthan, you can actually ride the elephant, and the elephant will actually bring 2 tourists up each time, all the way up to the fort. Right, so you can enjoy the elephant ride, but when I was there, I didn't actually try it because I didn't plan to go inside the fort, but I just went outside to actually photograph all these different elephants that are coming up. And so it was a very interesting experience to have all these elephants walking around you, and you have all these tourists who are enjoying their rides, and they're mostly some of the Western tourists, and they are able to enjoy that elephant ride, which brings them all the way up to the fort where the elephant would actually disembark the tourists, and then they would go back down to pick up more tourists, right? So it's a very interesting place with these elephant rides. Right, so right now just using some of the gray tones and some of the brown tones to make sure that we have all these, you know, different harnesses, the wooden structure and everything being painted right there. So we have a combination of light tones and dark tones, and we have this black tones, and again this black tone is being complemented with the light green, and then again we have this blue tone. Right, so we have reds, we have blue, we have yellows. All these bright colors are being used to depict the harness right there. So again, using some of these strokes of my brush, I'm just trying to complete some of the details of the harness, and we can see that it's really interesting to have all these colors. So I painted some light pinks after the masking fluid is removed. So it's very easy to remove the masking fluid, and just use your fingers to remove all this masking fluid. So after that, what happens is these white areas are being masked out, and so you can paint the light pink tones inside each of these little spots. So you can see that all these spots are also done with different sizes, and they are of different kinds of colors as well. So we have different similar but different tones of pink. We have lighter pinks and darker pinks, and all these different pinks are what make all these spots special, because I try to vary the tones of pink that I'm just using this brush to actually try to depict. Right, so we have all these details that are being added into the elephant, and just very quickly using the brush to help me with painting all these different details and all these different kinds of spots that we actually see. So right here we have all these spots which get more dense as we move towards the bottom part, as we see more of those as we reach towards the light blue part of the forehead. So it's really interesting to see the texture of the elephant, where you have, you know, all these different gray tones, and then we have all these spots. So if you observe very closely to the skin of animals, you can see all these very nice but subtle changes on the skin, and that will really give us, you know, a lot of all these different kinds of patterns and different things that we can play around with when we actually observe very closely how to paint the skin of animals such as this elephant right here. So later on we're going to move further down and to paint the trunks and so on, but right now we are just trying to focus on the spots of the elephant. Right, so we have all these things that are going on, and we have, you know, all these details for the harness, and that is how we can actually do the skin of the elephant, which we will see further as we paint the body and the eyes and the, you know, the sides of the elephant. We will be able to look more closely at how these skin tones of the elephants are being depicted. Right, so now using the small brush to kind of like depict all these small little details, and using the brush also to depict some of the hairs. So just with a flick of the brush, you can actually depict all these hairs, all these very thin hairs, using those thin lines from the brush. So we have all these lines also for the harness on the cloth, and we are nearing the end of this lesson as we continue to really use the brush to help us with depicting some of these very nice details, right? So these are some of the things that we can see how I actually did all these details. Hey everyone, it's KY Tom here. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed my video, please hit the like button and comment down below. Do consider to subscribe to my channel for more art videos. Check out the links on the description below to find out more about my art, and I hope to see you in the next one.